What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another SLA video. Folks, we have ourselves some brand new game modes. I want to go through these for you and kind of break them down step by step so you guys can know what to expect when you jump on, whether you're a new player, returning player, or existing player, how these modes work and how they're going to benefit you as a brand new returning or veteran, and how you want to manage these, because some of these are a little bit tricky and I want to talk about them because some of these things happened under the radar and nobody knew why they worked the way they work. So let's talk about it and talk about some of the more important things that just came out this specific update. So strategy training, that's right, we finally got our test dummy, guys. So we have the hunter preview, of course, which you can see here. This will kind of walk you through it. Everybody should be doing these have been around forever. They're also giving you guys a free reward here for a rate up draw ticket, but the hunter preview is not what's new. The actual strategy training introduced a training room that shows our boy Alpha here with some gloves on. That's right, boy Tank here is our training dummy. So we're gonna walk through this training setup. I'm gonna explain to you guys how it works, what to look out for, and everything else that goes along with this. But before I do any of that, guys, you guys know what I'm about to do, so let's just get it out of the way now. You guys know that the support program is going on right now. We are getting current codes being sent in, more codes on the way, guys. So make sure you click that support button. This is linked on every single video, description, and comment section. Make sure you jump on, get yourself some free stuff. Plus, for the next 3 hours, if you are into Pokemon, part of the channel, I'm doing 10% off all my products. If you are into the rip and ship and you are looking for products yourself, click on that. It's in the description as well. And join the Pokemon Discord and join the rip and ship live stream tomorrow, which I'll be giving 10% off for the next 3 hours for anyone who purchases, plus some free packs tomorrow for anyone who is purchasing over $100. So make sure you join into that as well too, guys. So there you guys go. All that spiel is out of the way. So let's talk about how this works. So first off, training dummy. You have two different methods. You can do a player with the hunter, or you can do the hunters on themselves. We're going to focus on hunters on themselves for now, just because, again, that's kind of what most of you guys are going to be testing is your hunters, because you just got Sang Juan. And the reason why this is important is because some people jumped in and thought this actual animation is bugged. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to set up this properly so you know what to do. So number one, when you come in here, note a couple things. All right, you can do attacks, etc., all the same setups, everything, etc., right? You see he's immortal. The problem, though, is you see there's total damage. It doesn't show anything. All right, so that's problem number one. So let's go through the actual menu screen. So number one, other settings. Activate recommended skill use of order. If I put this on, guys, which is a great thing to do, by the way, if you're learning how to play a character, but it's a horrible thing to do if you are looking to do numbers. If you're looking at numbers. Now, here's the reason why. Watch the buffs down there, okay? So if I go Y, right? So let's go Y, B, X, okay? Ultimate. You can see I'm following the order, right? Like you can see the buffs on the bottom are all still there, so nothing has changed so far, right? I'm just going to show you guys the problem though here. Watch. When this is done, all the buffs are gone. Boom. Finito. Gone. Now, that's not a bug. The reason why it works this way, you can do the same thing with Sang Juan here, right? The reason why this works this way is to kind of show you guys what the rotation is for each of the units, but it's not to make you, hold on, let me finish this up here. I'll show you guys the same thing here, watch all his buffs, right? And his debuffs even. They're all gonna be gone. So the reason they created this way is to kind of show you there it's all finished, right? The reason why they created this way is to show you guys how the rotation works, but then after that, they want you to turn this off. So once you've understood your character, turn this off. No longer are you going to be facing that problem. So if I go back here now, right, you guys can see all my buffs will maintain no matter what I do in this case, right? So like no worries anymore on that part. All the buffs will be around no matter what you do. So this is how the training system works, this is how the program works, and this is how you want to do this. Now, if you want to simulate this a little bit more thoroughly in terms of like how it runs in real life, you would probably put a break bar on your on the boss. So the enemy settings, you'd go over here and you'd apply a break bar right there. So you'd have to apply that, and then you can set the enemy setting for select all, fire, water, wind, whatever you want to do. I just do select all in this case just because it applies to everybody. And then here you can put a timer on if you want for a minute and start that timer, and then that'll start running the entire DPS system, right? So if I go from scratch, just say here, I want to reset, you click on this little button here, it'll reset the entire thing. All the settings will remain the same though, except for the fact that we just turned off everything else, right? So activate timer, keep that on, enemy settings, apply. This one you need to apply. This is off, so that's good. So you guys can see now he has a bar. So go back in, if you reset, put that break bar down. Now, if I want to start the timer, you want to click on here and start the timer. It'll give you a couple seconds cooldown here, and then you guys can start going off here, right? So do your skills, and you can see here in the next minute or so, all of this is going to apply now to the damage settings that we have in place. So very, very important to note that. Now we're going to go jump in here, do our same skills in this case. Difference is here for the rotation, I like to do skill 2 next. There you go, right there. And then put in the rest of the things that we need to put in, right? So there you guys can see right here, it's all going down. Put Isla in here, and then continue the rotation. Now for the next minute, this is going to continue calculating. Now, if you don't want to deal with the minute timer, okay, because the damage stops at a minute, what I would recommend is what I do, and that is put your own timer on. I go to my PC, put on a timer, and just follow that timer instead. And you can do as much time as you absolutely want on that without having to worry about the timer to stop in a minute. And then that will help you understand a full fight, like whether you're doing WOBL or, guild boss, whatever the case may be. You can set it up however you want. In that case, watch, the minute's over, all this damage is now stopped. See, it's all completed, right? So the beauty here is you don't have to select a timer. You can just do damage without a timer. So if you go timer off, for example, right, and you reset this, look, all my damage will still apply. Just have your own timer. So that's how you do it, guys. That's the best way to do it. So practice with your characters first, understand how they work, and then once you're comfortable and you want to do a minute, put a minute on, play around with that, and then once you've done the minute, you can actually go back and then set up your own timer on your own PC and then use that instead. All right, so there you guys go, the training dummy. Let's talk about the next feature that came out for this that is pretty freaking decent, and you guys should probably be using it if you don't want to waste resources. All right, so the next one, guys, is going to actually end up being the brand new simulation testing setup. Okay, so this is kind of cool because instead of having to use a key every time to do your actual simulation, you can start here and do the enter testing without consuming any cores. Now this is cool because look, it doesn't take a ticket up. You can run the entire thing and not worry about losing a key. So let's just say I want to run this team. Okay, so this is my team. So let's just say I want to go here, we'll put Gun He here. Actually, no, yeah, we'll put Gun He, we'll put in Ilhong, and we'll put in Isla. Okay, let's just say I want to do this. So let's just say I don't have the power and I'm scared. I have some bad, I want to test out some of the simulation codes. I want to see what's going on in terms of the enemies, what bosses there are, etc. This is the best way to do it because it'll allow you to see how your setup is and whether this setup is going to be a decent setup or one that's not going to be working for you as a player. And this way, if you want to reset it all, none of your resources are absorbed. And this is very important, guys, to note, because a lot of this time you will be wasting keys, and keys for simulation are your bread and butter for what you need, right? Like you can't do you can't do like gates and get rewards without keys. So keep that in mind. So this is going to be something you absolutely want to try, guys, just to see if you can handle it, if your units can handle it, and if not, then lower your simulation tiers to another one, right? It's just the easiest way to handle this. So you guys can see right now, like, it's not looking great for me. I'm at 2 minutes already. Okay, so this is not good. So I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what, Payne, you need to lower this to like 32 or 33, and then test that one out. So you guys can see here, we're already killing time wise, and we're not doing great. So I'm gonna go okay. I'm gonna exit out. So let's say I'm not comfortable with my numbers right now because I don't have a higher tier weapon, etc. So if I want to end simulation, you guys can see cannot be done because simulation progress is low. Exit this, etc. Now, normally if you were to do the regular one and you still decided to use a key on the first stage, if you haven't collected any chests and you want to get out, it doesn't take away your key anyways. This is more for like when you hit the boss and you're like, okay, you know what, I can't beat the boss. I really definitely got to go something better here. So definitely, guys, use this testing procedure here to set up the proper teams, the proper run through, and then use your keys after the fact. Okay, and also don't forget, guys, in the brand new Shadow Enforcer, there is now a special mission that's been added once in a while that you can get, which will give you guys the Shadow Wave energy. It's just randomized, so whenever it pops up, use that right away. Take advantage of it and get yourself your Shadow energy to move your Shadow Army even further than 150. You guys can see here you need 10 of these Shadow Waves, so try to get these as much as you possibly can, and that will be available as well too as a brand new feature in the Shadow Enforcer. Now, a couple of new game modes are on the way as well. Keep that in mind. We have the brand new library content that's coming out, which is going to be a roguelike setup, which will allow us to use characters for a certain amount of times, and that's coming out very, very shortly, probably in the next month, next patch, and that's going to be a big game mode for us. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.